Hello, this is Sh1zzy Dota here with GamerzClass, doing a replay review for Moon. Hope you're doing good, Moon.
If you like this type of content, go to GamerzClass.com. For just $5 a month, get your replays analyzed, join monthly live sessions with pro players, get access to our entire content library, win prizes, and more with our Supreme Dota 2 membership.
So, you're gonna download it instantly. This is the first time I'm gonna be watching it. I haven't watched it before, so I think it's gonna be like you'll be getting my first impressions about the game, and I think we just get down into it. Actually, let me have a look at Discord. Anything in specific? What am I doing wrong with Invoker? Any tips on to play Invoker better? That's something you wanna know in specific. All right. Also, before we start, I just like to let you know that I myself love to play a lot of Invoker. It's probably one of my most played and my favorite heroes, and this is my current MMR. So you know, someone capable enough watching, viewing your replay. So, anyways, let's get right into it, my friend. Let's go. So one thing I want you to know off the bat, okay, even before the game starts, is that Invoker in this patch is just like overall just a whatever hero. You don't want to play this hero a lot too, like if you really want to grind MMR. Sometimes it's like, you might play it with the face that's white, it's okay, you can use that Chrono Sunstrike combo, but overall, it's not the best hero in this patch for mid. There's much better heroes at the mid right now, like White Spirit, Ember, so on and so forth. But we're going to be looking at this replay in particular, and you want to look at the mistakes you made as an Invoker, and let's have a look at it.
30 seconds to battle. The battle begins.
You use a Sunstrike. I want to see where you use a Sunstrike. Do you think you could get a potential kill out of that? I think you should only use Sunstrike where you could actually get a kill out of it. So you're basically going to be like really low mana in the lane. This Invoker does not have the best base regen, and you could probably use the Sunstrike to secure a range creep. Not to mention that your block also gets really messed up, which is not good. You see, that was actually a deny. You denied the one creep, that was really good. That was actually another deny if the creep wasn't on the high ground, and it's only on the high ground because you had to like miss the block. I'm pretty sure you should just block and just like ignore the bounty runes in that particular situation, because I think your team would have gotten the second one anyways, right? And if you miss a bounty, it's fine. As an Invoker, your game is entirely dependent on your laning stage. There are some heroes that don't rely on the laning stage as much, and they don't mind losing lanes. Invoker is not one of those. Invoker, if you get dumpstered in the laning stage, you will even have a worse mid game, especially as Exort Invoker, right? If the enemy mid laner starts snowballing on you, it's gonna be a hard matchup. Have a look at your last hits. Last hits are good, not so bad actually. Doing pretty good. You're laning a bounty hunter, which should be one of the easier matchups for you. So one thing I could already tell you right now is that the creep block has ruined a lot of things for you. If the creep wave was somewhere in the middle, right? And I think we've talked about this already, but if it was in the middle, right? You could harass this bounty hunter so much, it's actually crazy. He can't ever go and right click you, right? And you have a lot of damage. So you could harass him and force out his regen. What that does is like, now he has to buy a lot of regen, right? He already bought a Ring of Protection just for the fact that you will harass him a lot, right? Then he got Tango, then he's got Salves. And I think you could force even more regen out. So what happens is, technically you both are the same CS right now. You're 9 and 2 CS, right? And then Invoker's 8 and 2 CS, okay? But your net worth is going into buying items that are relevant, right? You're gonna buy a Midas or whatever item you're gonna buy is gonna give you actual value. if you force out the enemy to buy these kind of items, these items don't give any value. It only helps you through the laning stage, and once you use these items, they're just gone. They don't provide any value in team fights, right? So that's another way of actually winning the mid lane. Harassing the enemy so much that he has to buy a lot of healing, and that ruins his net worth actually. So, bit by bit, but it's really efficient. And it's all about one move turning into another. I feel like that block changed a lot of things in the laning stage.
First blood.
This reward transcends expectation. Prepare for a lesson. All things fall. Haste.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack or fortified. Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
I think at this point, what you could have done is, you could alacrity the siege creep, and like the tower takes more damage actually. Well, not like I don't think the tower falls down, but it will actually take a lot of damage. You're probably trying to kill the bounty over here, which I understand, but I just feel like sieging the tower would have been better. And you already know that the bounty is rotating bottom, right? You see him bottom.
Double kill.
Yeah. You could also push the lane with your meteor. Try to make this a habit. Push the lanes with your meteor. You don't have to save your meteor as a big skill. You push out one wave with meteor, it's actually pretty good.
Middle tower is under Radiant structures are fortified.
Killing spree. Double kill.
The bounty is starting to rotate, get a lot of kills here and there. That's why I don't like Invoker as much, especially Exort Invoker this patch.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
But overall, you're doing pretty fine so far. Your farm is good. You're gonna get that 9 to 10 minute Midas, which is also okay. Got the mid tower. One thing I can already tell by now, you're not looking out for a lot of Sunstrike kills on the map. I want you to, when you're playing Invoker, probably later on, I want you to work on this. Look at the side lanes for Sunstrike kills. Like when you're jungling or something, or when you know that you don't have to look at the lane as much, you don't feel any pressure, right, in the lane. Just look at the side lanes. Look at how they're going. You can predict, right? If you look at bottom right now, you can predict, is there a fight that's gonna happen? If you look at bottom right now, do you think a fight's gonna happen? Not really. Look at this guy. He's on the back lines. Lifestealer's full HP. He's level 6. Bane's level 5. They're ready to go on people. There's no way you can Sunstrike over here, right? So you already know, bottom is not a place where I could Sunstrike. So you're not gonna look at bottom again. Then you look at top, right? You look at your Lich. You look at your carry, and you're like, can my team make a move here? Not really, I guess. But like overall, I want you to figure out, there are games where you could use your Sunstrike, and you could ask your team to maybe use this Chrono. When this guy gets his chain or whatever, maybe you guys can use a Sunstrike and get a kill, right? You can even talk to your team about this, or ping people, like, hey, you could go, I have Sunstrike and stuff like this, because getting Sunstrike kills is really important. I feel like you would have an 8-minute Midas if you had like 1 or 2 Sunstrike kills right now, and that would actually help you scale much better. The faster Midas you get, the faster levels and gold you get, and that just like improves your game overall, right? This guy's level 8, you're also level 8, but imagine if you got Sunstrike kills and you had a Midas early on, you would be like almost level 10 by now. That's the idea of playing Exort Invoker.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Another thing I want you to know is that With Exort Invoker, you should never rotate. I feel like this rotation over here, it's actually slowing you down. Like, by now you should have your Midas in the courier. But with this rotation that you do top, you waste a lot of time. The Exort Invoker only uses Sunstrikes, pushes the lane with Meteor, or whatever spell that you want to. And he just farms, and he plays really greedy until he's ready to, like, you know, have an Agnums probably, or a Drums, or a Dagger, or something. Like, his first item. Your first item is Midas, right? So you're playing this greedy. You already know this. You're gonna go super greedy. And you want to complement your own gameplay. If you wanted to, like, rotate and fight, then you should buy a Drums, right? But since you're going Midas, you have to play around that build. With the Midas, you just want to play greedy. Have a lot of clarities on you. Use your Midas on bigger creeps for more experience. Use Meteor to push waves. Farm jungle. Push the wave with Meteor. Look out for Sunstrike kills. And that's it. That's all you have to do. You don't ever want to rotate into a fight because you're so weak. Like, you will just actually die in one stun right now. You're that weak. If the CK somehow...
Double kill.
If the CK stuns you right now, like where you went over here, right? And they actually make a go on you with track, you're just dead. You need something like Yules or Blink Dagger or Force Staff to save yourself, right? So that's exactly why you don't want to rotate early on.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Okay, that's pretty nice. That's pretty nice. You're playing around your team. Works out. I wouldn't say that's bad. So I like these kind of moves with Invoker, like you were farming over here. Your team comes in, and then you get a kill, right? You're not in a bad situation, right? You didn't rotate for this. Your idea was to farm. And then like some kills came up here, right? A skirmish. And you get some casual gold, casual experience. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. These kind of kills are pretty good. It's the same idea of getting Sunstrike kills. You don't have to put in any resources or put in any effort for these kind of kills. You're just farming and you're just getting killed on top of it.
Is under attack. Radiant structures are fortified. Dire's structures are fortified. Dire's bottom tower is under.
Okay, let's have a look at this.
The flame
Nice chrono.
Dire's bottom tower.
Nice combo. Yikes.
Double kill.
I think there's a lot of mess ups that happen here, right? So you make a tornado. I don't think which you should. Against the Bane, you should always have Cold Snap, right? So he actually just cannot use any spells. His base cast time is really bad. His cast animation actually. So against heroes like Bane, you always want to use Cold Snap. So what happens is, like, this guy takes way too long to die. I think you guys could have killed the Lifestealer as well, right? If you had Tornado over here or some mana, maybe you could Ice Wall him. Maybe you could Tornado him because he doesn't have anything anymore. Maybe you guys could have made a move on him, maybe. But overall, not the best spell usage. Overall, like, it was actually pretty good. You guys get some kills, you get some levels, and overall it's good.
Triple kill.
You also get a Sunstrike kill. That's even better.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
I feel like you're rotating into team fights too much. This is something you have to work on. If you're playing Exort Invoker, you need to play like a boss, you know? Like, only use Sunstrike.
Tower is under attack.
I feel like the way the game's going, you should have a 15 to 16 minute Agnums. Because they're not contesting your farm at all. If you notice, they haven't made a single move on you. They haven't made a single smoke gank, or the bounty's not like trying to go on you. If you notice, you're actually the one who's making moves. So what I want you to do is, I want you to push out waves with Meteor, use Sunstrike for kills. Because I feel like that's going to get you faster farm. Even though you got a lot of kills, you know, you have a Midas. But if you look at it, the Lifestealer has a higher net worth than you. And I feel like you're the person who should be here. Around 8,000 or 8,200 net worth. That's what your net worth should be. right? That's something you should work on 100%. If you like to rotate as an invoker, you should try out the Crossflex Invoker. That's better for rotations.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Haste.
Yep. I don't like this rotation at all. This is actually game ruining for yourself. So you don't have enough mana. You join this fight. I don't know. You might die here. Yes. Yep. Not good.
Double
Dire's
kill.
top tower is under attack.
Yep. That delays your Agnum's timing. I feel like you should already have an Agnum's by now, and you should be actually closing up on your other item, which could be a Yule's, maybe Blink Dagger, maybe a Bot's. Could be anything that you like to buy. But the point is, these rotations, they're not working out for you, honestly. In some situations they actually worked out,
Radiant's
but
bottom
it's something that you have to like work on for sure. So honestly, like
is under attack.
when I'm playing Invoker myself, right, Exort Invoker especially, I constantly tell myself not to rotate. I know as a mid laner, you feel like you have to go and you have to help your team, and there's a lot of things that you can do to help your team, and that's the idea of playing mid lane, right? Helping your side lanes. But Exort Invoker is really special, and there's a lot of other greedy mid laners that do the same thing, right? So how can you actually help your team? That's the question that would be in your mind. If I don't rotate into fights, what do I exactly do that would help my team? Because at the end of the day, it's a team game, right? So you have to provide some value for your team. What you want to do is, let's say your team is fighting top. What you want to do is you want to go bottom. You want to use your Meteor to push out waves, take out a Forge Spirit, and pressure this tower, right? So let's say they get some kills on the enemy side. But what you did in return was you got a Sunstrike kill, right? You're free farming. You're opening up the map for your team. So let's say your team loses the team fight over here, but you take down this tower, bottom, right? So when your team responds, they can TP bottom, and now they have a place to farm and play. Right now, this white TP's bottom, okay? But I feel like he might die here, actually. He's in a really bad spot. Bounty's over there, Lifestealer's there, like everyone's over there, because they feel really safe under their tier 1, right? So if you're not rotating into fights and you want to play greedy, you can always split push and break down towers, right? That's also, in a certain way, helping your team out. You don't always have to join fights. If you feel like you're not strong enough, just go and split push a bit. Yikes.
Double kill.
I think this is something that you already figured out. I think we both figured it out. I don't have to say it, but like, imagine if you had your Meteor and Deafening on the Chrono, you know? And you had an Agnums, you should have used Cataclysm over there. How do you not use Cataclysm? I think it's something that you didn't have in your head at that particular moment. I guess so. You could just use Cataclysm here and they all just die. For sure. Yeah. Chronos, Cataclysm, boom. That's a big Cataclysm right there, my friend. That would be so big. Oh no, you actually got stuck in the Chrono. Yikes. Alright. Still pretty good.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Killing spree.
I don't think you should buy Shivas here. If that's the item you actually buy.
Dire's structures are fortified.
For sure, Shivas is not the item. For sure. 100%. Why? Because you're getting dumpstered by Track, you're getting dumpstered by Doom, and you're getting dumpstered by movement speed. They run at you constantly and stun you as well. So let's say you have a Shivas. Yeah, you're tanky, you have a lot of armor, but you're still gonna die eventually if they catch you. Nice combo. Nice Chrono. Nice Cataclysm. At this point, you want to buy Yules or Dagger or bots, you know, something like these kind of items. You need a Lincoln as well. Sh1zzy is something that you want to buy later on. Sh1zzy is good here because you need armor. They have a lot of physical damage. But right now, like I said, if they stun you, you're just dead, regardless of if you have a Sh1zzy or not.
Bottom tower is under attack. Are scanning.
Killing spree.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Dominating.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Killing
Wow, nice calculator.
Radiant's top tower.
mega kill.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower is under attack. Dire are scanning.
Okay, you got your bots. I think if you are planning to buy bots, right? If you are planning to buy bots, and I think you will, you should get it earlier on. It will help you in a lot of ways, right? So first of all, you don't have to buy TPs. Now you're thinking, is this 70, 80 gold thing that I buy? But you buy it all game. You keep on buying TPs, you keep on buying TPs, and eventually it adds up. So if you buy a bot early on, it actually helps you with economy. You don't have to buy TPs again ever. And then you actually push lanes faster and you join fights faster. And you just have that extra movement speed, which is so good on Invoker, right? So I think if you are going for bots, just go for them as early as possible. What I like to do is I buy Agnums into a bots, or probably Agnums into a dagger, right? Agnums into bots is the most efficient play, I would say. 110 movement speed, constant TPs, 40-second cooldown. It's really good for Invoker. So you probably want to buy it earlier on, I guess. It helps you scale better. If you bought the bots earlier on, I think you would get the Sh1zzy even faster later on. Pretty nice combo.
Radiant structures are falling.
Mega kill. Double kill.
Is under attack. Dire's top tower. Radiant's bottom tower is falling. Radiant's bottom.
Okay, you guys got the racks. Yeah, you guys got racks. You're scaling pretty good. Your items are. See, this is what I was talking about. You do feel that you need an Yules, right? So the way you itemize is like you don't ever go for Sh1zzy into a Yules, right? Look at the net worth of these two items. Sh1zzy is like what? How much does it cost? It costs like around 48.50. Yules is like costs around 27.25. So this item gives you more value when you buy it earlier on, when you have lesser gold, right? Or if you go into like Sh1zzy into Yules, it is also okay, but I just rather that you buy a BKB then, right? Because the game is so late already. Like Yules will save you from one thing. He will the bounty will track you once and you can debuff it. Or I don't know, you will get bounded and you will debuff it once. But it won't save you from everything, from the stuns and the reality rifts and everything. So in these kind of situations, when there's so much things that's being thrown at you, you just want to get a BKB. Earlier on, if you buy the Yules, it's fine. But at this point, BKB is what you need.
Dire's middle tower is under
A BKB and the Lincolns would be really good. That makes you unkillable in this situation. See, with the Blink Dagger, you can always reposition yourself. This is why Blink Dagger was so good in this game. You've been stuck in Chrono twice, and I feel like it is somewhat White's fault as well. But what you could do is to have a good position in this game. You should have a Blink Dagger on you. I feel like you wouldn't die, or you wouldn't get caught out, or you wouldn't be in bad situations if you had a Blink Dagger. You've died 3 times this game, and I feel like if you had a Blink Dagger, you wouldn't die 2 times. You would only have 1 death, which makes the game much easier for you. You're buying a Lincolns, which is the right item. Yes, I would also go for Lincolns here, for sure. Okay, so this is another team fight that's happening. Chrono has been used, but you're in a really bad spot. Like I said, this is where the Blink Dagger helps in, I guess.
Killing spree. Double kill.
All right, at this point, I want you to understand fight's over. All right, Chrono has been used. Your combo has been used. Nothing happened. Nobody big on their team died. What do you do? What do you do? Right? You cannot fight. You cannot fight anymore. You understand this. They understand this, and that's why they're running at you. What I want you to do is I want you to TP bottom. Okay? I want you to TP bottom or mid because it's pushing in. Use your Forge Spirit. Use your Alacrity on the Forge Spirit as well. If there's a siege creep, use your Alacrity over there and try to start split pushing. Try to pressure their tier 3s. They will panic and some of them will go back. When they go back, you can probably use Ghost Walk and join a fight again or something. I don't know. But you get the idea, right? You want to split push and you want to make a different move now. Because if they fight over here and somehow like they catch you and you die, they actually just get racks or they force a buyback on you. And you don't want to be in that position. Your spells are used, then you got to figure out another move. And as an invoker with bots, split pushing is one of the best ideas to do, like best ways to play the game. As an Exort invoker, split pushing is one of the best ways to win the game. Trust me. You also have the Forge Spirit summoned talent. That's so good for split pushing. And I think you should have gotten the Alacrity damage speed, which would have been good as well. It opens up a lot of situations for split pushing, I guess.
Dominating. Mega kill.
Okay, another fight happening over here. You guys catch the bounty.
Killing
Okay, you can get out of the team fight pretty early on, and I think that's the way to do it. That was smart. Are you gonna split push? I think you should TP top right now.
Radiant's middle tower.
Right now, nothing else. Just TP top. Yes. Could have done it faster, I guess, but that is the play over here.
Dire's bottom tower. Dire's bottom tower.
Should have pushed out top more, I guess.
Bottom barracks are under attack.
Oh, never mind. You have your 4 spirits pushing in top. That's cool.
Dire's bottom barracks are under
You have buyback over here, right? Like you don't have to be as scared. I feel like in your perspective, you're a bit scared. The way you used your combo, you're scared of getting caught out, right? You need to understand, in the situation, they don't have grip and they don't have doom, right? This is something that you should have noticed in this team fight. My white was gripped and doomed. That means in this fight, they don't have grip. So you can be like, slightly aggressive here, right? I don't know if you defend this Rax or not, but just overall, your playstyle for this particular team fight should slightly be a bit more aggressive. That means you can go a bit more further to use combos, use Ice Wall on them, Tornado them, stuff like this. I think you could have landed a better combo on the CK if you did it a bit slightly, aggressively, if you weren't so scared.
Dire's bottom barracks is falling.
Yeah, I think you could have defended the Rax. Pretty sure.
Radiant are scanning.
Going for Refresher Orb. I think that's okay here. You do need 2 Cataclysms in the Chrono, because they're really tanky now. For sure.
Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's top tower has fallen. Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Mega kill.
Your Shan has fallen to the dark.
Yikes. That's really deep.
School given.
So when you're pushing waves like this, right, in these kind of situations, you can just use your meteor. Like, think about it. Do you have to show yourself? You could actually use the meteor over here, and the meteor is the distance is so long, it actually rolls all the way till here, probably till here. The distance. Look at the distance, okay? Travel distance is 1575. So how much is 1575? Let me just give you an idea. It's the range of a blink dagger, right? And blink dagger is 1200 actually, 1200 units away, more than a blink dagger. So a blink dagger somewhere like from where you are to like maybe till here, right? That's the range of a blink dagger, probably till here actually, right? So the meteor range is actually a lot. You don't have to commit so hard. You could have just thrown the meteor over here and it would roll down and, you know, go here. But dying here is really, you know, I don't know, it's not the best play for sure. It's actually game losing at this point.
Top lane is missing.
Killing spree.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
Double
Radiant's middle
kill.
tower is under attack. Dire's middle barracks are under attack.
Unstoppable.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack. Dire's middle tower is under attack. Structures are fortified. Dire's top tower is under attack. Dire's top tower has fallen. Dire's top barracks are under attack. Has fallen. Dire's middle barracks. Dire's middle barracks are under attack. Has fallen. Dire's bottom barracks. Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Yeah,
Radiant's
I think
victory.
honestly what happened in the end, the way you guys loses, I guess I hate to be the person saying it, but the death that you gave up at top was pretty game losing. It puts you and your team in a really bad spot, right? It makes them feel really comfortable. And when you die over there, I think I want you to use the buyback earlier. If that mishap already happened, you know, it happens. Mistakes happens all game. But the way to play it right is just be confident and buy back as fast as you can. So your White and your Ember are not the people that get caught out so easily, right? When the see Invoker is dead, they just instantly run at people and they want to force your buyback, and they're going to do stuff and things that will force out your buyback. As soon as you buy back, they will back off. So why not just buy back earlier, you know? Because it is something that they're going to do. They're like, you know, they're not going to wait 120 seconds. There's no way into the late game that you could go through a 120 second death timer. There's just no way. Your buyback will be forced. No matter how bad the enemy team is, anyone in Dota, man, anyone in Dota knows that 120 seconds is a lot. And you died for 120 seconds. Actually, more than 120, I guess. But overall, if I want to do a overall analysis on the game, I feel like your combos are okay. They're not that good. They're not that bad. Obviously, they still need working on. But the main thing which I feel like would have made the game easier for you would be if you had a better idea of playing the Exort Invoker. You were playing the Exort Invoker like a Crosswex Invoker. You were rotating a lot into the team fights. I feel like if you just farm, push out waves, hit towers, use Sunstrike for kills, farm Ancients, farm lanes, farm Ancients, use Sunstrike for kills, and repeat this for, I don't know, 10-15 minutes. Get that bots, get that Agnums as faster as you can. I feel like you would have been in a much better spot in this game. Your net worth and your overall impact in this game would be much, much higher. And I guess that's pretty much it. Let me know if you have any other questions on Discord. When you're typing anything, tag me with @Sh1zzy. I will pop up and I will gladly answer any of your other questions. Thanks for watching.